One, go. All right. Welcome to another edition of RecruitNation Sports with Coach Ant. Coach Creek isn't with us tonight, but we do have as our guest today Collins Okoroike, or how do I pronounce it? Tell me right.
You're close. Okoroike.
Collins Okoroike. He's our president of RecruitNation Rugby. And he's also regional scouting director for Dream Scouting Network in California. Am I right?
That's correct.
Nice. So, Collins, let's start with a quick background, a quick review of your background. Tell us, playing experience, coaching experience, like high school, all that good stuff we want to hear.
All right. So I currently play rugby for the Sacramento Immortals. Shout out to the Immortals. It's a rugby league squad we have here in California. We have a huge league that's popping up like crazy now. Before that, I was playing rugby union, which is a little different for the Sacramento Men's Rugby Club. I've been doing that for a few years, but before then, I played rugby in college at Fresno State. So I helped them get off the ground because they initially were a city team with the Fresno Rugby Club. So a few of us college cats noticed that we were playing some other college teams, so we were able to form a college team there, men's and women's team. But did that for about 5 years. So I've been in that rugby for a quick minute. And before then, I was playing football, like any other kid that had the aspirations to play, the next level. But I was a knucklehead, shot down offers from small schools for the simple fact that I've never heard of them and I didn't think they were going to be on TV. So I stumbled across rugby my senior year of high school, and then while trying to walk on at Fresno State, I stumbled across rugby there and kind of fell in love with it since.
So for a lot of people who don't know what rugby is and what it entails, I have a small grasp of it, myself, because I'm a 49ers fan. And, we had Jared Hayne play with us for a little bit. So, I don't know the difference between, rugby and Australian rules football. Like, there's actually a complete difference between the two. And I didn't notice that until I took a deeper delve into it. Like, I was like, I think rugby and Australian rules football are the same. And they're like, well, no, it's not. It's a lot different. There's two different games. So can you just give us a brief overview of what the differences are between the two games and stuff like that?
So Aussie rules football, there's a little bit more kicking involved. Rugby is more or less, what I call it, organized chaos. Basically, where there's no rules. You're fighting for possession. You're not huddling up like you do in football. Your fights of possession are through a scrum where a group of 8 guys come together and fight for possession. They kind of push each other one way or the other. And basically that's how you determine possession. You don't have necessarily like timeouts. You don't have timeouts in rugby. It's more or less penalties. That's kind of your time to rest.
You got to do something bad to get a rest then.
Yeah, man. Like if you're not in shape, bruh, this game is tough as hell. I found that out the hard way, man.
So what constitutes a penalty? Like, because we're talking about scrums and all this stuff. So, what is actually a penalty? Like, what counts as a penalty?
So, let's see. One would be like a knock on, where say you drop a pass because you don't pass the ball forward, you pass it backwards. So if in the process of passing it backwards, say you drop it, that's a penalty. If you pass the ball forward, that's a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
We have obstruction, where basically, how in football you have like people blocking for you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that in rugby. You don't nobody's blocking for you. So if you do that, that's a penalty. Those are kind of the few things. And then offsides, if you're not back on defense within a certain amount of meters, that's a penalty. So those are kind of the few things that constitute a penalty.
So if you just want to get a rest, you're like, I'm just not going to go back.
Right? I'm just going to chill here, guys. Just take a photo right quick.
Okay. That's that makes sense. That makes complete sense. Like I'll just hang back and chill and I'll be good. But a lot of people don't know the game, so it's a physical game. There's no pads, so you gotta have some toughness to it. It's basically grown men with speed, just like trying to score and saying and prevent dudes from scoring, just like straight up tackling, everybody without pads. So that's as brutal as you can get.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's totally different. Like being a football guy, initially I was just like hesitant because it's like I don't know what the heck I was getting into. So I go into the first contact and I'm like, that's it? Yeah. I can do this all day. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
you're like, this is a no-brainer for me, right?
yes, sir.
But it was actually told to me that like the hits are actually safer in rugby, even though it doesn't have pads. Like, everybody would think that, it's a little bit more dangerous, but a lot of people have said that, studies have shown that like I guess the impact and everything that is actually less than it would be in football, which came as a surprise to me, because like I would think that, you would get hurt more playing rugby because there's no pads whatsoever. But can you tell me about that? And things about that is that true?
Yeah. No. So when I first heard that too, I was just as surprised as you. But yeah, we kind of teach tackling to where we tell people to take their head out of it. Don't go in with your head down. That's how injuries happen. Okay. So you kind of take your head out of the equation. Still go in with your tackle, wrap up. Even you can even look it up. The Seattle Seahawks have tackling drills based on rugby. They practice rugby tackling. Okay. So it's implemented at other levels of sports too. So
yeah. Do you think more rugby tackling rules should be implemented in football?
I mean, yeah, it's tough because growing up and playing, especially the NFL, football now is more of an offensive game. So like the defensive guys, it's frustrating as hell because it's like you've been taught your whole life to tackle a certain way.
Yeah.
Now you're having to retrain your body to do something totally different.
Yeah.
And then even now there's times where like people go low, the offensive guy goes low, and you just accidentally hit the dude in the helmet, you get penalized. But it's like, dude, the running back put his helmet into me. So like, what do you want me to do?
You have to retrain yourself not to be a locomotive. Like,
yeah.
It's like, it is frustrating too. Like when I see, like, I understand they're trying to make the game safer, but like I always tell people, there's really not much you can do with safety, with football. Like you can it almost feels to me sometimes when you try to make it safer, you actually make it more dangerous.
Oh, are you there? Where are you at? Did we lose you? Test. Uh-oh. Not good. Maybe a case of the Xfinity sniper. Uh-oh. Oh, it is just me. Well, y'all, yeah. So for the time being, hopefully we get him back on real quick. But yeah, like you mentioned a little bit earlier. All right, there you are. You're on mute. I still can't hear you. No.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, Before, like I was saying before, where were we at? I'm sorry, before we got interrupted.
Something about the safety of the game where.
Yeah, so basically, I think the safety of the game is being compromised because now people are thinking too much, and when you're thinking, when you're playing, you know what I'm saying, that leaves more room for error. You mean because it's like before, it's okay, I'm hitting, this is what it is. If we have an accident, it's an accident. But now you're just like, okay, let me hit this guy a certain way so he doesn't do this, and now I got to contort my body this way so it doesn't do that. And I think that's actually causing more injuries than it is and stuff like that. Because you got to understand, contact sports are brutal. You know what I'm saying? Like, hockey's brutal. Soccer, soccer has been found to have head injuries. Like any sport that has to do with contact with your body, stuff like that, you're gonna have some type of injury. But right. I just think that if we're looking at rugby rules, we're looking at football, and tackling safer in there. Maybe some of those concepts can be put in, to make the game, as safe as we can get it. But let's go to your. So basically, you play professional rugby. Am I correct?
Shoot, I wish. No, I do it. It's like men's. We have men's club rugby, so yeah. Kind of do it as a hobby, but definitely play competitively. So
yeah, I can't play any competitive sports anymore just because I'm older and my wife ain't trying to hear that. Like if when you get married and stuff like that, ain't no such thing as coming back home with a knee injury and you still got to go to work tomorrow.
yeah. No, I'm one of I'm a little older and trying to hang with the young bucks, let them know. Hey, got that old man strength, man. Hey, we out here. So,
shoot, I tried to play a basketball game a couple of years ago, man, and I played my heart out with these young boys. But then when I went home and stuff like that, I went to sleep for like 2 days. So. I know. I was like, I can't mess with them no more, man. They're running all back and forth and all that stuff, man. So let's just get into this your DSN stuff. So you are out of what part of California? What part of California are you in right now?
I'm in Sacramento, California.
Sac Town, right?
Yes, sir.
Home of the Kings and stuff like that. I've never been.
We ain't gonna talk about them, man.
Hey, man. There are worse teams. You could be Cleveland.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just. Dude, the last time they made the playoffs was my senior year of high school. That was 2006, man.
Hey, man, they had this shot, man. But Kobe broke their hearts, man.
And then Zebras. We ain't gonna talk about Game 6.
Hey, man, I was rooting for him, bro. I was, man. Believe me, I let that C-Web team with Mike Bibby and all of them and stuff like that, man. I was rooting for him when White Chocolate was there, man. When he was there too. So listen, man. Y'all had your time in the sun, man, for a hot minute. Paige Stojakovic and all them. Y'all had your time in the sun, man. But sometimes that's one game, man. One game away, man. That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
So tell me, as a DSN scout and stuff like that, what are your goals for your area, for your guys, for everything that you want to do? Like, what are your goals? What are you trying to do in terms of helping kids, achieve their goals and helping, kids play at the next level, whether it be rugby, whether it be football, whether it be basketball, baseball, whatever.
So my goals is, definitely get that All-American game on the mat for rugby for sure. Because a little fun fact for everybody out in Cali and on the West Coast, we got one 2022.
Yes,
AT&T Stadium, home of the Cowboys. Hey man, yeah. I guarantee you, me, anybody older definitely wishes we had an opportunity like this. It's mainly just letting the kids know there's an outlet, especially for the kids that for whatever reason aren't being recruited and aren't being looked at. It's just providing them with a platform and letting them know about maybe my failures of what not to do during the recruiting process.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But yeah, that's it's our bowl game this year. Like I said, we had our bowl game down in Alabama. We had 86 kids playing the game from 28 different states. They came far and wide. This year, the 2022 Dream All American Game will be at AT&T Stadium out in Texas. We have, as of right now, 280 days, 15 hours, 14 minutes, and as I'm counting, 59 seconds. So we're down to 280 days, 15 hours, 13 minutes, and 52 seconds and counting until our game's out there. And mind you, it's from January 15th to January 17th, 2022. It's also going to have the Dream Rising Stars game for the younger guys. So the Dream Rising Stars game is for the top players in the class of 2023 and 2025. So not only are we going to have a game for the bigger guys, but we're going to have a game for the younger guys that are coming up too. So we're not going to leave them out. So we have a basically packed event weekend with two games that should be full of studs. So we can't wait to have them out there. So getting back into DSN, what made you want to be a part of Dream Scouting Network and RecruitNation?
My passion for sports. Growing up, you all have that dream to play, at the pro level, and then obviously reality sets in, and you realize, okay, yeah, it's like the top 1%. So figuring that happened, I'm like, okay, I still want to be involved in sports, but how? So I've been going through radio. I was at ESPN Radio down in Fresno for a little bit, did a little marketing for the minor league team, worked for the Sacramento Kings doing ticket sales when the arena opened up in 2016. Just kind of dabbling around a little bit. And I came across, it was Alex, the Alexander Davis, who's out in Sacramento too. And he was doing football. I was kind of working out with them and some of the younger kids. I got that kind of fire to help out. I mean, I'm all about giving back and just letting kids know about my experiences and knowing. I mean, I'm seeing it so many times now. Like, it's not a crime to go to a D2, D3 school. You can still kill it there and go pro. But I'm seeing so many kids. I want to go D1. I want to go D1 because that's what they see on TV. I'm like, you don't want to make that same mistake. Trust me. There's plenty of opportunities. I can name how many: Damian Lillard, Cam Newton. These guys didn't go to top-notch colleges. They went to smaller schools and did their thing.
Yeah,
and made it pro. So I mean, it's what you do with opportunity.
Well, yeah, we want to get the youth to understand that it's not D1 or bust. Right. It's not a D1 or bust thing. You want to go where, number one, you can play. Number two, you can get either a scholarship or grant or scholarship money. And three, you just want to go where you think the best fit is, because you can go to a D1 school and never play.
Yep.
And never play it down and stuff like that. So what are you really there for? Are you there for just the prestige, or are you there because you love the game and stuff like that? Because, if it's a choice for most people between, just going to a college and, getting all the frills, but never seeing the field, what's the point of being there? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of being there? Well, you can go to a college that fits your skill set, you can play, and you still have a chance to get seen, because, as the saying always goes, if you're good, they'll find you. If they're good, they'll find you. You look at guys like Pierre Garçon. Pierre Garçon went to 2 D3 colleges. He went to Norwich University. Shout out to Coach Bill Russell up there at the Cadets. And then he went to I think Mount Union, which is another D3 school, and he ended up getting drafted, to the Colts and having a pretty long career. You look at guys like Sam Mills. A lot of people don't know who Sam Mills is, but Sam Mills played for the Panthers for years. If you go to Panther Stadium, Qualcomm Stadium, or whatever stadium that is down there, you'll see a statue of Sam Mills, who attended Montclair State University in New Jersey. Shout out to the Red Hawks. He basically attended there, and he ended up being a 10, 13 year NFL vet. Before he ended up passing away from cancer and stuff like that. But like I said, it's not every successful player has not gone D1. There's been a ton of them that have gone D1, but there's not, there's other ways to getting where you want to be at. And then even still, if you have to go the prep route, I can literally tell a story about a guy that I know from my hometown, Darnell Stapleton. Darnell Stapleton ends up going to a junior college, works his way up, works hard, and then like he ends up at Rutgers. He ends up winning, the trophy for the best, one of the best interior linemen. He ends up winning the trophy for best center. He ends up going to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers and gets a Super Bowl ring. Like these stories aren't few and far between. You end up going from junior college to becoming a starter on a Super Bowl team, protecting Ben Roethlisberger and earning a ring. That's these are not stories, things that I'm making up or capping or doing anything like that. These are things that have happened. So, we won't, we're basically, I'm here, you're here, basically, I'm parting knowledge to these kids and telling them like, it's possible. Your dreams are possible. Not saying that everybody gets to do it, but it's possible. You just got to do the work and put yourself in the best situation possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, getting on to RecruitNation. What are your goals for RecruitNation Rugby? Like, what do you want to do, on the rugby end? And, is it more of education, getting rugby into more schools, into more districts, getting people to understand the game more?
Yeah, definitely going into, because rugby in the community, obviously they know about it. I want to tap into like communities or maybe people just aren't aware of the sport and let them know that you don't have to have that rugby experience. I literally had a few colleges because I was asking them like, okay, what is it you're looking for in players? Literally, they were saying like things like, man, we're looking for guys like the cat that gets a technical foul in basketball, the guy that gets, those penalties and those other sports, those guys that are aggressive but can control it and are coachable. I mean, there's things like that. People don't, if you're not in the sport, I mean, they don't know. And also it translates. I mean, like you mentioned, Jared Hayne, we got football guys playing the sport and vice versa. You can go back and play football. Yeah. People don't even know rugby is an Olympic sport. For the Summer Olympics, we have sevens in the Olympics now. So that's another opportunity for people to
play. America would be very good if we filled in a rugby team.
Oh my God. Yeah, for sure. So,
like if we just said, all right, we're gonna get our fastest, strongest guys to come out there and play rugby, let's get it done. Let's get it done.
Yeah. So yeah, mainly it's just educating people in the sport. And then letting those that maybe who are in the sport know that there's an opportunity to play at the collegiate level and beyond. That's the biggest thing.
So was it exciting playing for Fresno State? Now, Fresno State rugby, that's Division I rugby, or is that
they're considered, I guess, 1AA kind of club rugby level. So they don't get as much funding from the NC2A.
Okay.
But they still play other universities, Sac State, UC Davis, to name a few.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool playing for them initially, getting, because we got the backing of Pat Hill, who was the Fresno State football coach, but he played rugby in college down at Riverside.
Okay, so he knew the merits and he understood, like, what the game could do. That's good when you have backing from the football coach. Then he can actually go out there and scout to you. Like, look at that guy. Why don't you come out here?
No kidding. No, we literally had a rugby guy, Jerry Kelly, He walked on. He played rugby with us. Walked on and made the football team at Fresno State.
Yeah.
After playing rugby with us. So yeah, it translates.
Yeah, he was like, hey man, anytime you want to come over on this side, like,
yeah.
You're welcome. I've been watching.
Yeah.
Don't think I have, but yeah, no, that's cool though, man. That's cool. Like, I never really knew about like I knew a little bit about rugby, and then like you get to watch certain channels on TV, and then like you get to watch it. Actually, when I was out in I was in the Air Force, and I was in Guam for a little bit. And Guam's over there by New Zealand and Australia and stuff like that. You could actually catch some rugby games on TV and some some Aussie rules football. And I'm looking at this game like, what the hell are they doing? Like, what are they doing? But then I catch myself watching for a couple hours, and I'm like, man, this is kind of cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like football, but it's like soccer, but it's not. I can't really get a grasp on it, but I know that if I had a chance to play it, I probably would want to play it, and I probably have a good time. But it's like one of those things, man. Like, you can't get, like, you ever have food that you ate and you can't get a grasp? You're like, man, like, this is good. I can't understand what it is, but like I want to keep eating it. Like, like I'll figure it out as I go along and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's cool about that. And I would love to see this game spread, and be played in more high schools and more colleges and stuff like that, because I look at when people look at rugby, they look at it as an affluent game. Like, they say, okay, like this is a game that they will play at like Harvard or like Yale or something like that, or like some colleges that it's along the lines. It's like if a school have a rugby team, they definitely have a lacrosse team. If they have a lacrosse team, they have like squash and boxing and stuff like that. But I would love to see this game played in a lot more schools, because it looks like something that like a lot of kids will be able to play. I've even heard that there's women's rugby too, right?
Yes, sir. Oh my God, it's popping like crazy on the East Coast. Yeah, that's quite a bit of women's
really
rugby. Yes, they from when I've researched, I've noticed there's a lot more women's scholarships at the college level than there are men's. Some schools have partial, some have full scholarships, but yeah, it's pretty popular.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think women are more aggressive than men anyway. So you see them out there tackling each other and hitting everybody and stuff like that, man. Like, shoot, that might be more violent than a men's game, man.
Yeah. Yeah, our Fresno State women's team, who's won the national championship in 2019. Yeah, same thing, man. We'll be on the sideline watching. We're like, oh, damn. Okay,
got some beasts out there, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Hey, man, that's just how it is. I've watched women's football, watch women's basketball, so that everybody has to take their aggression out somehow, man.
Exactly.
It's coming in. But yeah, so like you said what team did you say you played for? Again?
Currently?
Yes.
Currently I play for the Sacramento Immortals. It's a
so shout out to the Immortals, man.
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to those guys, man.
Yeah, I'm not like tomorrow we got practice, beach workouts, man, and our coach
running miles and miles of soft sand.
Oh man, he's like
shout out to cannabis.
He was like, man. So he's from Fiji. So he played rugby out there for a while.
Oh,
so he's
boy.
like, yeah,
he's probably brutal, man.
Oh yeah, I'm not even. So if y'all don't see me again after Saturday, you know who to blame.
legs torn up, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be brutal, but
I do not. That's the one thing I do not miss about sports, man. Working out, man. Some of that, man. Like I still go to the gym and stuff like that, but like when it comes to like working out to be in competitive shape, I tell people all the time, like, like I don't miss none of that, man. Like I don't miss any of that. Like none. Zero zip. Like
Yeah.
I work out now primarily for maintenance.
Hey,
Make sure nothing else breaks.
they say black don't crack, right, man? So you already know.
Yeah, we can say that, but like we know some of it is lies.
Hey, wait, what you mean?
I got some elbows and knees that make noises. I ain't saying it falls off, but there's some flaws in there. But yeah, man, we're glad to have you on DSN and RecruitNation and stuff like that, man. We're definitely excited to have you as head of our rugby operations and stuff like that. But well, then on to one of my last questions. When do you see rugby showcases happening or forming and stuff like that? Like, when do you see those for 2022, 2023, 2021? When do you see those coming around the mountain?
I'm hoping in this summer, starting off this summer.
Nice.
I have Lander University proposal on the table, so I'm just waiting on them. I know they're kind of in season right now, so when season ends, it settles down. I know that's when the recruiting process will pick up. I also have Arkansas State. They kind of hit me up because I've been posting like crazy on social media a little bit. Mm-hmm. And they're like one of the newer programs. They're like, look, I'm looking to make a splash in recruiting. How can we do this? So I'm like, all right, bet. Let me know. Let's get a date set up. So a lot of it now, I'm hoping for the summer. Possibly, I've been talking to Lanny a little bit. Hopefully we can do like an all-American game also. So I'm trying to get the Major League Rugby squads involved, just reaching out, introducing myself, letting them know I'm here to help build the youth.
Nice, man. Nice. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. That's what the kids want, man. Any type of exposure, man, any types of games, man, would be awesome, man. You know what I'm saying? We've never seen an all-American rugby game ever in, in America. I'm saying on my end, I haven't seen one. So I would love to see one, man. I would love to see one. I would love to see, the kids participate in that and, be a part of that. Stuff like that. So, like I said, man, you're doing a good thing there, man, out in Sacktown, man. Don't let the City of the Kings drag you down, man.
I'm just like, if they make the playoffs, they make the playoffs.
Look, man,
I ain't on my breath, man.
They will get it together. I promise you, man. They'll get it. They will get it together, man.
Hopefully in my lifetime, man. Jeez, dude, I got them. I got I'm still a Raider fan, even though they left for Vegas.
You got a long life to live, man.
Yes, sir.
You're probably younger than I am, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say my age on here, but like I put it like this: I'm old enough to know what 8-track tapes are and a black and white TV. Like not know what they are actually used.
It's so funny because like I tell kids now, man, you guys got it so easy these days. Like especially when it comes to film, VHS.
Listen. I tell the kids all the time, like you have Huddle, you have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have Snapchat. Like you guys, like back in the day, trying to get in touch with a coach, man, you had to hope your actual football coach liked you enough to put in a good word for you. Mm-hmm. So like now it's like, okay, if you want to go to a school, you can just shoot the coach your Huddle film. You're like, okay, take a look at my Huddle. I'm dropping my Huddle film. Or now they're asking you. They're like, hey guys, I'm looking at film today. Drop your Huddle. And then you do that, and then you have a chance. Even with camps and showcases, like we didn't have showcases and camps like that. Now there was no rivals, there was no 24/7. We had super prep, but that was only if you were like really good, so now there's more options and there's more ways for you to be seen and be found and and to be evaluated and stuff like that. So we want to tell all the kids to take advantage. And I always tell kids, explore all options. It's not just D1. There's prep schools. There's JUCOs. There's all other type. There's D2s, D3s. D1 AA's. There's all types of avenues to get you where you want to be. And there's all types of opportunities that can afford you a chance to change your life. So even if you don't go D1, even if you don't go D1 AA, you know what I'm saying? D2 schools, some of these D2 schools are some of the best academic schools out here. Like me, having talking to coaches, within the past month, we find all these schools that have all these different programs and things like that can, help us, that can help a kid, change the direction of their whole family. Like, if God blessed you with talent, or, whoever you believe in blessed you with talent to, to play a game at a higher level than you played it before, that would afford you a chance to get, an education for a free or reduced price. Why wouldn't you take that? Why wouldn't you take that? You definitely take that because, like I said, each opportunity is a chance to change your life for the better.
Exactly.
So
and I'm one of four kids, and it was me at Fresno State, my older sister at Stanford, my younger sister at Cal State Northridge, and my younger brother at UC Davis. All four of us in school at the same time.
Yeah,
and my parents were paying for that.
Wow. So
so it's just like some of us had partial scholarships, but like if one of us had taken like an athletic scholarship, I mean, like me at a smaller school. Yeah. I mean that how much more financial relief.
Your mom and dad have been like, "Thanks, we needed this."
but part of it too, the Nigerian way, man. It's like, all right, my older sister graduated, went to Stanford.
Yeah,
I can't follow up by going to William and Mary. So I was just like, that was part of my mindset too.
And it's crazy. It's a good school. Like, one of my players one time, I remember, like, he's Nigerian, and he got a whole bunch of full scholarships. He was great. And I remember he had a scholarship offer to go to Florida, and his dad was like, "I want you to go to Rutgers because it's close to home, and your sister went there. That's where I want you to go." So you know how that is. You know how that is. And where did he end up going? To Rutgers.
Oh man, it wasn't a full scholarship. No scholarship.
No, it was a full scholarship.
Okay.
That's where he wanted. His father wanted him to be at. He was like, "No, you're not going to Florida. You're going to Rutgers."
Man, why not? Man, I was the same. I was like, I'm trying to get out of state. I'm trying to get out of here.
No.
I'd say tuition is too much, man.
They don't want you far enough that they can't pull in the reins, man.
Yeah, no, Fresno, 3 hours. Fresno's far enough to where they can't come in unannounced.
Yeah.
You got to tell me that you're coming.
Right. You can't make any surprise visits because I might not be home.
Exactly.
If you're 30 to 45 minutes away, it's close enough that like you can make a mistake. You're like, all right, I can just go on back. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, my brother went to Davis. I'm like, dude, man, you know how close I did? That's like 15 minutes from home. I'm like, bro, what you doing, man? I tried to plant the seed, like, get out of here, man. Leave.
He wanted to be close enough to be home to get that food, man. He wasn't stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Get that tray of food and bring it home. I'm guilty.
Get that tray of food and laundry.
Yep.
That tray of food and that laundry, man. That's one thing. Kids, listen to me. College kids, listen to what I'm saying. The most valuable thing outside of your meal plan card is laundry. That's the most valuable thing is laundry. Yep. Like, you don't understand how valuable laundry is. Like, if you play sports, people are putting their regular laundry in
yep.
with their football stuff. Like, hey, man, you watch this too.
Yeah, man. It got to, because like I'm back at home and my parents are in Sacramento too. Like My dad says as a joke, like, I'm gonna start charging you for bringing your laundry. I'm like, what you mean? You're charging your own kid? Man, come on.
Listen, man, they don't want to hear that, man. That's funny, man. You know, saying that's, you know, you see kids, you just be like, you appreciate, you know, how the comforts of home when you're you know at school. So yeah. So, man, you got anything else you want to say? You want to put out before we log off for the night, man?
Yeah, I'm at DSN _rugby _football. Anybody that's looking to put on showcases, you can hit me up there. Major League Rugby teams, hit me up. Let's make it happen, man. Let's do some history here. I know there's also HBCU. They have a rugby classic coming up this summer. Nice. So I definitely want to hit them up and put on some showcases as well and just get the word out to anybody. Just anybody that wants to know about the sport of rugby. You don't have to play rugby. You could be a football guy that maybe just things didn't work out in football. You come over this way. Coaches are willing. And as long as you're coachable, willing to learn and work, they'll take you. So let's chat. And to my fellow rugby guys, whether you're in SAC, Fresno, anywhere, hit me up. Let's make some showcases happen.
Nice. Let's do it. Nice. So, hey, Collins, it was nice talking to you tonight, man. We're glad to have you aboard DSM. We're glad to have you aboard RecruitNation as the president of rugby. We look forward to big things with you and the rugby side of RecruitNation. You know, just all around good guy, man. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're just glad to have you aboard, man. Your expertise and your craft in your area is greatly appreciated, man. So, you know, we appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank y'all for the opportunity. You, Shannon, Lanny, appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for the opportunity as well. Man.
Yeah, man. No. One more thing I wanted to say before we log off, everybody. We have, where is it at? I'm sorry, I gotta put it up. We have our college prospect showcase for soccer. It's gonna be at 44 Alden Street, Orange, New Jersey, on Saturday, May 1st. Boys 8:30 to 1 p.m. Girls 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. It's gonna be limited. It's gonna be limited. It's gonna be limited to 36 boys and 36 girls. So you need to sign in quick. Register at recruitnationelite.com/soccer. And then we have our gotta pull this up too. We have our College Prospect Showcase Series on April 24th in Tampa, Florida. It's going to be at Zephyrless Christian Academy, 34927 Eland Boulevard. That's EILAND Boulevard in Zephyr Hills, Florida. It's going to be combine testing and speed clinic, offense, defense, and specialist position drills, 1-on-1 and 7-on-7 competitions, recruiting fair, and college meet and greet sessions. The colleges that will be in attendance will be West Florida, Edward Waters, Ava Maria, Kaiser, Southeastern Florida Memorial, St. Thomas, Warner, Weber, our own Dream Sports Academy, and the Corn Blue Kicking instructor for specialists. So we're going to be out there. So don't forget, register at football.recruitnation.elite.com to sign up. Once again, that's football.recruitnation.elite.com. You know, spots are filling up fast. We're about 2.5 weeks out, and we hope to see you guys there. So, with that being said, Colin, stay on with us afterwards. With that being said, bring your name, build your game, and as Coach Creek says, outwork everybody. We'll see you later. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Peace.